I'm nearly always remarkably focused last Concordia, and I do think that the people I represent here, the plain people of Ireland, all they want to do is go out and play the bingo. God, they were playing when you were Bucalogue last Concordia, and I was a Bucalogue before I was even a bad thought in anyone's head. They were playing it, and they will still play it, we hope. And the Minister, your bona fides, I accept them, on most pieces of legislation. You've dealt with some very complex pieces, but this is causing fear into ordinary people, the plain people of Ireland. Many of them don't have the dinner in the middle of the day, as he raises say they can't afford the dinner. They're hoping to make the dinner the next day for their winnings on the bingo. But many clubs and organisations, out there, and there are many, and I know we're not talking about 6 here, but we'll be talking about 6, and there are limits. I could name every club in my county. They all have lotters, or spin the bucket, or spin the wheel, or jackpots, or whatever. Spin the drum, and the amount of effort goes into that, the Natalie Curl Kayla, of the people, by the people, for the people, for their own benefit. Many of them got lottery grants recently, but many didn't. Many haven't the capability of applying for lottery grants and also the facility, but they run organisations and clubs. Church halls, parish halls, no crime, community centres, you name it. They're supported and augmented by the game of bingo. But more than that, they augment, so they allow the downtrodden people of rural Ireland. I'm appealing to you here. We did appeal in the programme for government to allow for rural proofing legislation. And I fully accept bingo is played in Oireachtas, Freshen is played here in Dublin, yes it is. But in the country we have little else left. With Minister Ross and his cabals and the whole lot of he's about, not little else left. Leave us the game of bingo, please. Please. Yeah, but you're going to make it so bureaucratic, so cumbersome, and allowed. And they met your minister. We met him today, and they said that you did. And I can quote. I don't like quoting him, but Ivan Yates said you get 20 minutes with him, and you made no sense whatsoever. Didn't understand it. I don't know if Ivan plays bingo now. I say it's probably a little bit more serious in his books what he'd play in regards to sport. But look, we know he's a bookie and all, but I wonder, do you, and you the drafters here, nothing against them, understand the far-reaching tentacles of this piece of legislation? Yes, there's 5 or 6 amendments here we're discussing. I have written down here the last Concordia 10, 9, 9 and 10 and 13 are there anyway. And there's another one I have miswritten. 12 is not here. It is. Is it? 12, I didn't write down 12.
5, 9, 10, 12 and 13. Oh,
I didn't know 12 was. Thank you, Dr. Ray. I didn't know that 12 was. I didn't know that 12 was in this one, the Malash scale. That's the most important one of all. It is, of course, and thanks for the prompt, because I didn't refer to that. So we're concerned about the legislation. We had it here before, Minister, where Minister Ross recommitted peace, and he called it to allow the Clancy Amendment Road Traffic Bill. I want an amendment called here the Bingo Amendment, that will allow the plain people of Ireland to have their little bit of sport. Don't kill them off altogether. They pay their taxes and they work very hard and they support their families and rear their families and they support the clubs and the social life and interaction of the communities with bingo. So don't have a situation where, you're going to... I'm a member of a voluntary housing association with 20 years more. We were discussing here last night. We've made it so difficult and we've made so much legislation and we're so impossible almost for ordinary volunteers to get the 11 members of a board or the 9 or the 7, whatever. They don't want to be involved anymore. They're just smothered with paperwork and bureaucracy and regulations. And I worry about this, especially Section Amendment 12, because it can have the unintended consequences and it can drive the fear of God into the people. They want them in the hills and the caves altogether, going back hundreds of years. Let them out to support themselves. They're not asking from the government here. They're asking to be allowed to live, to be allowed to use their bingo, the J clubs, the Lotteries, whatever, to keep their clubs, to get the jerseys for the kids. We're talking about, young kids being fit and obesity. This is all about what makes people tick.
Where in the amendment?
Yes, I'm worried about the trust debate, Amendment 12.
Will it say that they can no longer do this?
Yes, because people are concerned.
Yeah, but we will get an explanation from the Minister.
But as I said, the eminent presenter, Ivan Yates, said he didn't understand it. The bingo,
we don't need any presenters of any show.
Well, he was here one time. He was in this house for a long time too. In fairness, he was a good minister. I accept that. No, let me know, please, unless I'm not doing this for fun. We met the bingo people today, us in the rural independence. Other parties met him too. They are very concerned. They are very unhappy, and they feel that the minister just. Maybe he means well, they're not saying anything bad about him, but that he doesn't get it here. The Taoiseach Secretary didn't get it this morning when he said what he said. He didn't understand his brief or the brief he got, or else he misled the door, one or the other. And I say that, no, I say that one or the other. I'm not being uncharitable.
Well, listen, refrain from using words like that.
No, I mean...
no minister comes in here to mislead the House.
I didn't,
and let's get an explanation from the minister.
I said either he misunderstood it or he misled the door unintentionally. You can mislead the door unintentionally and you can correct your ways if you find that you're wrong. And anyone can't do that, are not men enough to be here. Okay. So, Minister, people are concerned. Huge concern and worry here and angst. And as I said, they're persecuted with every kind of RSA and road traffic legislation, you name it. And health and safety, HACCP, you name it. Why? There's legions of officials going around with briefcases under their hands telling us what we can't do. We're going to play bingo and we're going to keep playing it and we're going to support our clubs. And I'd like to be able to do it within the law.